Good morning, student. Welcome back to another video of your subject SST. And here is Civics Chapter 1 and the Chapter 8, the Indian Constitutions. In previous video, we will complete the all question and answer of Geography Chapter 2, but most of the student did not submit their homework or fear of Chapter 1 and 2. So kindly submit your fear of Geography Chapter 1 and 2, and if you have any doubt regarding these chapters, you will ask me in the group or message me in the comment box in my YouTube channel. Okay, so we will start here. The Chapter 1, the Indian Constitutions. Okay, so remember that what is Indian Constitutions and why does a country need a constitution? Okay, you will familiar about the word constitutions in class 7. Okay, what is constitutions? I hope everyone knows. Okay, so in here the main and first topic is why does a country need a constitution? कि किसी भी देश को constitutions की जरूरत क्यों होती है? ठीक है, today most of the country in the world have a constitutions, while all democratic country are likely to have a constitution. It is not necessary that all countries that have a constitutions are democratic. बहुत जरूरी नहीं है कि जहाँ पे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हो वो डेमोक्रेटिक हो, पर जहाँ डेमोक्रेसी होगी वहाँ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन होना कंपलसरी. The constitution serve several purposes. First, it lays out certain ideas that form on the basis of the kind of country that we as a citizen aspire to live in, or put another way. Our constitutions tell us what the fundamental nature of our society. Our constitutions tell us what the fundamental nature of our society is. A country is usually made up different communities of peoples who share certain beliefs but may not necessarily agree on the all issues. Our constitution helps serve as a set of rules and principles that all person in the country can agree upon as the basis of the way in which they want the country to be governed. This includes not only the type of government but also an agreement on certain ideas that they all believe in the country should uphold. Okay, don't forget. You know about some important thing. In 1934, the Indian National Congress made a demand for a constituent assembly. During the Second World War, this assertion for an independent constituent assembly formed only of Indian gained momentum, and this was convened in December 1946. This photo of page number 2 shows some member of constituent assembly. Here, this photo has said some member of constitutional assembly. You will recognize this figure, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and no one recognized easily. Okay, but you will see here. Between December 1946 and November 1949, the Constitution Assembly drafted a Constitution of Independent India, and the drafting committee, chairman of drafting committee is Bhimrao Ambedkar. Free to shape their destiny at last, after 150 years of British rule, the member of the Constituent Assembly approached this task with a great idealism that the freedom struggle had helped produce. You will read more about the work of Constituent Assembly later in this chapter. The photo alongside shows Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru addressing the Constitution. Okay, so here you will see. Let us try and understand what we meant by through contrasting situation in the recent history of Nepal and a country that border India on the north. जैसा कि अभी इंडिया चाइना का चल रहा है, लेकिन यहाँ पे इन्होंने एग्जांपल इंडिया एंड नेपाल का दिया है. Recent history of Nepal, a country that bordered India on the north. Until recently, Nepal was a monarchy. The previous constitution of Nepal, which had been adopted in 1990, reflected the fact that final authority rested with the king. A people's movement in Nepal fought for several decades to establish democracy, and in 2006 they finally succeed in putting. तो नेपाल में डेमोक्रेसी कब लागू हुई? 2006 में. You will remember that. They finally succeeded in putting an end with the power of the king. वहाँ पे किंग का पावर खत्म हुआ और डेमोक्रेसी जो है वो 2006 में एस्टैब्लिश हुई, उसको सक्सेस मिली जिसके लिए वो कई डिकेड से फाइट कर रहे थे. The people had to write a new constitution to establish Nepal as a democracy. The reason that they did not want to continue with the previous constitution is because it did not reflect the ideal of the country that they want to Nepal to be and that they have fought for. ये वो क्यों कर रहे थे? क्योंकि वो नेपाल के लिए वो आइडिया, वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस नहीं देख पा रहे थे जो जिसको वो कंटिन्यू कर सके. As in the game of football, in which change in the constitution rule will change in the game altogether. You will all know if you are interested in football, you know that. But Nepal, by moving from a monarchy to a democracy government, needs to change all its constitutional rule in order to use it in new society. This is why the people of Nepal adopted a new constitution for the country. When in 2015, the captain alongside elaborated Nepal's struggle for democracy. And the second important purpose of the constitution is remember that the second important purpose of constitution is to define the nature of country's political system. What is the second most important thing is to define the nature of country's political system. For example, Nepal earlier constitution stated that the country was be ruled by the king and his council of ministers, but in the countries that have adopted in democracy a form of government on polity, the constitution play a crucial role in the layout certain important guidelines and govern decision making with the society. Okay, here are the differences. In a democracy, we choose our leader so that they can exercise power responsibility on our behalf. कि डेमोक्रेसी में हम अपने लिए लीडर चुनते हैं, हम अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को इलेक्ट करते हैं ताकि वो हमारी जरूरतों का ख्याल रखें, हमारे बिहाफ पे काम करें. However, this is always the possibility that these leaders might misuse their authority, and the constitution usually provides safeguard against this. This misuse of authority can result in the gross injustice and demonstrated in the classroom situations में, जैसा कि आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं. ठीक है, ये किस तरह से पावर का गलत इस्तेमाल है. ओके, कि जिसको मॉनिटर बनाया या कोई भी ऐसी चीजें हैं तो वो खुद जाके मतलब रूल करने लग जाते हैं. ये चीजें आप समझ सकते हैं. बेसिकली आप डिफरेंसेस इसमें देखना चाह रहे हैं कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस का और अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस जो नेशंस है उनका क्या है. व्हाई वी नीड ए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, बिकॉज कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस अगर होगा तो हर चीज प्रॉपर वे में चल सकेंगी, पीपल्स अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को अलग कर सकेंगे, उसमें सारे कम्युनिटी मतलब कि कोई बाइस्ड कम्युनिटी नहीं होगी, सबको फ्रीडम्स होगा, जो भी उनके राइट्स हैं वो प्रॉपर तरीके से इम्प्लीमेंट होंगे क्योंकि वो इलेक्टेड मेंबर्स होंगे जो भी होंगे. ओके, ये सब सारी चीजें हैं. इन डेमोक्रेटिक सोसाइटी द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफिस ले डाउन रूल दैट गार्ड अगेंस्ट द मिसयूज ऑफ अथॉरिटी बाय आवर पॉलिटिकल लीडर. इन द केस ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अबाउट विच यू विल रीड मोर अबाउट इन दिस चैप्टर, मेनी ऑफ दीज लॉज आर कंटेन इन द सेक्शन एंड फंडामेंटल राइट. जो कानून है वो कुछ सेक्शंस में कुछ फंडामेंटल राइट में मेंशन किए गए हैं जो आप इस चैप्टर में पढ़ने वाले हैं. Do you recall the chapter of Dalit writer Om Prakash Valmiki experienced the school from class 7 books? In this chapter, we talk about the discriminator Om Prakash faced because he was in Dalit. He was a Dalit. You read about how an Indian constitution guarantee the right to equality. Right to equality means to all person and says that no citizen can be discriminated against on ground of religion, race, caste, gender, and place of birth. That the right of equality is one of the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Indian Constitution. फंडामेंटल राइट मीन्स मूल अधिकार, जो मतलब हर किसी का अधिकार है जिसमें कोई जो है डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं हो सकता. द राइट टू इक्वलिटी इज वन ऑफ द फंडामेंटल राइट guaranteed by the Indian Constitution. Okay, you will briefly read about the fundamental right in class 9. Okay, so here only the introduction of fundamental right. Okay, right to equality is our fundamental right. Okay, what is said that no citizen can be discriminated against on ground of religion, race, caste, gender, and place of birth. Okay, so here are the some example and activity they describe about the need of democracy. And here is the some important topic in this chapter, that is the Indian Constitution's key feature. Key feature of Indian Constitution. By the beginning of 12th century, 20th century, 20वीं सदी की शुरुआत में, the Indian national movement had been active in the struggle for independence. from British rule for several decades. Several decades. During the freedom struggle, the nation had devoted and a great deal of the time to imagine the planning what a free India would be like. Uh, in next video, we will discuss that detailed about the Indian Constitution's key features. So you will have to revise the all above topics. Why does a country need a constitution? And make a short note. Why does a country need a constitution? And send them in the group. That is your homework. Okay. Remember, write a short note. Why does a country need a constitution? And send them in the group. Okay. And next topic we will discuss in the next video. I hope you like it. Have a nice day. Goodbye.